Welcome back to another episode of Iniquitous News. I'm your host, Lawrence Johnson, and let's get right into it. Day by day, we get closer and closer to a dictatorship. And at this point, Donald Trump, he's not even trying to hide it no more. Supreme Court, 9-0.
As you know, the Supreme Court, after we get out all of the fake news from CNN and all these other people, we won that case 9-0.
Mm-hmm. You know what else used to defy the Supreme Court? The dude with the funny mustache was a painter that was, you know what he did. Starts with H, ends with cost. Yeah, that's who used to deny the Supreme Court. And this all comes back to Kilmar Garcia. Let's just start from the beginning. 2019, he comes to the U.S. Why? Because his family was threatened at the year. He was only 16 years old. Family was being threatened, moves to the U.S. Judge says, okay, he's granted asylum, green card, visa, whatever you want to call it. He's now allowed to be here. An undercover cop says, well, I saw him in a Chicago Bulls hat at one point in time, so I think that he's part of the MS-13 gang. Another judge goes, well, that's not enough evidence. We need actual evidence. Right now, it looks like you're just trying to find some shit. Doesn't make no sense. So yeah, we're going to grant him citizenship. Not like actual citizenship, but basically he's no longer an illegal immigrant. Now, Donald Trump then puts MS-13 into terrorist organization category, which in their eyes means that he can now be deported. So what do? Go Gestapo style, kidnap him, deport him. We have not heard from him since. He's now in an El Salvador prison. People, the Supreme Court comes down 9-0 and says, oh yeah, you have to facilitate and bring him back. Now, they are using the words facilitate and be like, well, we can ask the El Salvadorian president to do it, but it doesn't mean that we have to facilitate it. So what do? They fly the El Salvadorian president here. And it doesn't stop there, because then he was caught on a hot mic with the El Salvadorian president.
I said, homegrowns are next. The homegrowns. You got to build about 5 more places. Yeah, that's big. All right?
Homegrowns are up next. That means me and you, people. That means me. I was born here in the U.S., and he says, I want to deport people that are already here. American citizens. If that does not say dictatorship, fascism all over it, I don't know what else does. Homegrowns, the fact that he even used that term. Oh man, I'm just waiting. I know I'm gonna get that knock one day. I'm gonna be like, yeah, let me see your phone, deported. I'm not going without a fight because that sounds insane. But I mean, that's the problem, is we live in this time of misinformation. And so you have people like Jesse Waters who goes on the news and says dumb shit like this.
Everyone from El Salvador knows what it means when you wear a Bulls hat. It means you're MS-13.
The fact that he's grasping onto a Chicago Bulls hat as their only evidence of him being in the MS-13 gang should be very eye-opening and very egregious to anybody watching at home. That's your only evidence? His criminal record. He was 16 when he got here. Fucking minor. It just blows my mind how much critical thinking this really doesn't take, but people don't take the time to do it. Fox News, MAGA supporters, call supporters, he's illegal. He doesn't deserve to be here. We need to ship him out. This man has a family, a wife. They have not been able to speak to him. So then the question arises, is he dead? That's a question we really have to ask. Or is he that hurt or harmed that they're giving it this much time before we can actually see him or talk to him? Because it's weird that they would take the time to fly the El Salvadorian president here, but not even do a phone call, a video call, or just any type of update on his life whatsoever. And so when I say all the time, I think we're headed to a dictator, this is what I mean. When the president ignores the Supreme Court and act like they just is nobody, and like, oh yeah, I get it. You guys went 9-0, but in my eyes and my administration's eyes, we're going to use this vote, find these certain words like facilitate, even though also in that court order it says they made a mistake. What happened was illegal. Well, that doesn't matter because he said facilitate. So we're going to use that language of facilitate and facilitate our own way, which means he's not coming back. Even if you are the biggest MAGA supporter in the world, you should probably think like this Fox News host.
So what do you think the White House should do in this situation?
I mean, I think what they ought to do is probably follow the judge's order and the Supreme Court decision, which used the word facilitate. Also in that opinion, more though, were the words accidental, mistake, and illegal. I mean, those are not 3 good words you want in a Supreme Court decision. So, look, I don't want the guy in the United States, although I will say this. if the press secretary's facts are right, it should be a pretty easy conviction. And do I have more confidence in U.S. prisons or El Salvadorian prisons? U.S. prisons. I don't know if you remember Pablo Escobar or not in Colombia, but that was more like the sanctuary at Kiowa or the Ritz-Carlton. That's not a real prison. So I have more confidence in U.S. prosecutors. I have more confidence in the U.S. prison system. If the president doesn't agree with that, and he may not, then bring him back and then remove him to another country. Appeal the removal order. But what we can't have is any executive disobeying or not following a judge's decision, even if you disagree with it.
See, even I don't agree with that, but that makes more sense. Okay, bring him back, bring him to trial, because every single person deserves due process, whether legal or illegal, and then have a judge vote on it. If you find enough evidence, okay, put him in prison here. But putting him into a prison camp, basically a concentration camp, down in El Salvador, and then saying, oh yeah, we're not getting them back, and then using the unbelievable Mephistophelian logic to say, oh, well, I know what we have to do. I would have to invade El Salvador and take him out myself because the El Salvadorian president says we can't get him. No, you told the El Salvadorian president, yeah, we're not getting that motherfucker back. So, Garcia, I'm going to continue to talk on your behalf and try to spread this message, but people, each and every day a dictatorship gets closer and closer. And I hope you guys all understand that. Because this right here, ignoring the Supreme Court, fucking insane. Thankfully, Senator Van Hollen, he went down there himself. He just landed in El Salvador.
I'm here at the airport. I'm about to board my flight for San Salvador. The goal of this mission is to let the Trump administration, to let the government of El Salvador know that we are going to keep fighting to bring Albrego Garcia home until he returns to his family. I hope to meet with representatives of the government. I hope to have the chance to actually see Kilmar and see what his condition is. But we are going to keep fighting because this is a miscarriage of justice. The Supreme Court has ruled 9-0, that he was illegally taken out of the country and put in a prison in El Salvador. And this is about due process. This is about rule of law. What bullies do is they begin by picking on the most vulnerable. But if we get rid of the rule of law and due process in the United States, it's a short road from there to tyranny.
See, this is the type of action that we need. I hope to hear from him soon, that he gets to actually sit down and have a conversation, and hopefully he makes some sort of move to bring this man back onto U.S. soil, because right now he's in a concentration, basically death camp, for no reason. And the New York Times did a very interesting article. Obviously, some people, New York Times, bullshit, propaganda, whatever. But this is what the article said. Out of the people, 230 plus, that we have deported, only 35 of them have actual criminal records. If you don't see a problem with that, I don't know what else to tell you, because that means that you're going to let this dictatorship keep rolling up, because that means he's just deporting people with no method to the madness. As long as it says you're from a different country, oh yeah, you out of here. Scary times to be in the U.S. And the deportations do not stop there. Another Palestinian student. This time, take a look at how he was taken. Mohsin Madawi is not only a green card holder, he's also a student. And not only a student, he's a man that was on 60 Minutes. Listen to this clip.
And a person who is not affiliated with Colombia, we've never seen him. We don't know who is this guy, comes down the stairs yelling, "Death to Jews." I was shocked, and I walked directly to the person and I told him, "You don't represent us because this is not something that we agree with." And directly what I've done, I took the megaphone and I gave a speech and I said, "We here are conscious, educated students, and we know how to separate right from wrong. And what this guy has said is wrong."
So this is a person that literally stood up to anti-Semitism and said, who are you coming down here saying death to all Jews in front of this peaceful protest? This is the man that they deporting right now. Saying anti-Semitism is one of the wrongest things in the world, and that anybody that's anti-Semitic is ruining the message that they're trying to send. So I don't want you to listen to the bullshit. Listen to the words out of this own man's mouth. And these are the people that we're deporting, and we say, oh, they're a serious threat. No, we're just a compromised country that works for Israel. Because what does this have anything to do with anything? That's the thing. If you're wondering, why has the Middle Eastern news stopped? I mean, makes perfect sense because the killing just keeps on continuing. So now they have to bring up other stories and talk about other things because no matter if you're left or right, this genocide is going to be complete. And that is one of the most unfortunate things in this world. But another green card holder deported while he's trying to get his U.S. citizenship, that's where you pick him up at? That's some diabolical, iniquitous type shit done by the government right there, my brother, for real. Trump didn't stop there either, because basically Zelensky, he called up the U.S. He was like, all right, I need help fighting Russia. I won't even take your guys' military. I'll pay for it. I will pay to get missiles and jets over here. Just send some help my way because they keep on invading, and now China is also involved in the war. And what did Trump have to say?
When you start a war, you got to know that you can win the war, right? You don't start a war against somebody that's 20 times your size and then hope that people give you some missiles.
Bro was really blaming Zelensky for getting invaded by Putin. And the reason he says that Putin invaded Zelensky is because of Biden. When I say that out loud, does that make sense to y'all? Do you guys really think like, oh, that, you know what? I agree with that. Like, what the fuck is bro talking about? He just told you he gonna pay for shit. You're not even gonna allow him to give us money to then give us military shit, but you just gonna give $8 billion to Israel like this? This just makes me feel like you have to be some sort of Russian asset because this makes no sense. I've never heard you talk shit about Putin. I don't understand that. Seems like that'd be a person you would easily talk shit about. You don't ever talk shit about him. Why? Because obviously, in some way, he gotta be compromised. Because dude call you up and say, I'm trying to buy shit from you. Have you ever had somebody call you up and say, hey, I'm trying to buy this, and you just like, no? It doesn't even make no sense. It's like, oh yeah, finally, we don't have to give some shit away for free. Hell yeah, sell that. We ain't using it. But I guess we could be using it because World War III is on the way. No worries though, because I'll give you your update on the Middle East. As you can see, that's right. Another drone shot down by Yemen. I mean, I think that's like 15 or 16 total drones they shot down. You know how much that money is? Like $150 million wasted. And what did Yemen say? If you're going to keep on spying us, we're going to keep on shooting y'all down. Obviously, these are unmanned drones. But, hello? Can we stop wasting money? Trying to bomb this country for no fucking reason? Yeah, why are we bombing them? Don't ever forget. It's because they're blocking a trade route for Israel. That's it. There's no smoke with us. They not blocking trade from us. They shoot at our ships because we shot at them. But to sit here and be like, oh yeah, Yemen, we got, no. Israel is the only people that have a problem with Yemen. The U.S., we should have zero problem. We should pull back. Fuck all that. You heard last time? All right, no more nukes in the Middle East. Israel haven't even tried to respond yet because they know that's never going to happen. China has, it seems to me, give their final response where there's like, yeah, we're not even going to respond to the number changes that Mr. Orange Man Trump is shooting from the hip. We don't even care about that. Until they're respectful to us, yeah, then we'll have an actual conversation. Because right now, we ain't fucking with it. And honestly, if you ever seen the Cameron Mace clip, basically China's like, we're not your little niggas. We're nobody little niggas. We don't even understand what big homies is. Stop treating us like little niggas. And for real, I understand, bro. Because like China is moving and grooving. They're already talking to Japan. They're already talking about Korea, going around our tariffs. They're even having conversations with Europe directly. Oh yeah, we can send EVs to you. Fuck all that. Fuck Tesla. The U.S. is now isolating themselves in a trade war, a tariff war, and basically World War III. And I'm sorry, I be talking about this shit all the time, but to me, this is very serious. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, scratching my head, like, what the fuck is going on? We about to be enemy number one of the world, son. Right after Israel. But I mean, that's the same shit. Two peas in a pod at this point. Elon Musk continues to be a dweeb and a fucking loser. This time, you ever heard of that Tiffany Fong girl? She be on Twitter. Yeah, so basically Elon directly DM'd her. He didn't even say, hi, hello, how you doing? Let me take you out. He said, I'm trying to put a baby in you. Talk about somebody with no fucking game. This dweeb. And obviously Tiffany was like, I guess she has a little bit of a brain, more than Ashley St. Clair. She's like, well, I like to have a family like the traditional way, like a boyfriend and then a husband, and hopefully we have kids. So I'm just going to respectfully decline. Elon did not take that very lightly. Immediately unfollowed, and then she went from 21 grand every 2 weeks to scraping on by with her Twitter money. So this is how much control Elon has over Twitter. They talk about free speech. It's not free speech. It's if I like you or not. Do you understand how many times I've said not interested in Elon? Every single day, this dumb, ugly, dweeb-looking motherfucker pop up for me. And this is how you ask girls to impregnate them? I've never been so bold in my life. I'm almost impressed. It's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to put one in you. Go, what? It's how you know he had no bitches, has no game, and just now, finally in his life, feels a little bit cool. But guess what? Even she ain't that desperate. And what'd you do? Cut off her funds and unfollowed her? Guy's an egomaniac. What a fucking loser. And doesn't stop there. Doge, this will not make any headlines. See, people started to do a little bit more research, and then a whistleblower came out. And he said, yeah, when we were doing all this funding, all this cuts, all this fraud, there was a back door left open for Russian intelligence to kind of sneak in. And within a couple minutes, somebody from Russia was trying to change stuff, do certain stuff, basically get certain intel from the US. And this is what a whistleblower says. What is the backlash on this? What's gonna happen? Nothing, because obviously Trump and Elon are still on this little same billionaire wave. But I mean, if this does not open your eyes a little bit, you're like, wait, hold on. Why was there a back door left open in the first place? In Russia? Supposed to be enemy number one. I guess not no more. The fuck? Moving on to our hate of the day, real easy. Blue Origin flight, whatever the fuck it was. I mean, talk about a waste of money and time. And the fact that they like faked the landing. I'm not saying they fake going to space, fake coming out, whatever. All that shit was stupid anyways. But just to send a random 5 celebrities up there and then try to say that they're now astronauts. The only person close to an astronaut on there was Amanda Wynn. I'm not gonna disrespect you, but the people you was with, yeah, unfucking believable. Don't be acting like this is like a new all-female flight crew. These are like flight attendants. They was on an amusement park ride that's a little bit better than a roller coaster. They went up and they went down. And the fact they kissing the ground, unfucking believable. And when I say faking the landing, this is what I'm talking about. As you can see, the latch was already open. The door was going to open up anyways. She was like, oh, whoa. We need Jeff to open you guys up. Release the latch so you guys can come out, welcome him to the world. How fucking egotistical is that? Just let them get out their little stupid ass capsule. But it's just like, so much shit is going on in the world right now, and Jeff decided this is a good time to send some people into space for my new amusement park ride. That's what this is. This isn't like space breaking. It isn't like trying to tackle science. This is a new millionaire, billionaire fun joyride. No, not planes anymore. You can go float in space for 10 minutes. Fucking stupid. And the way they acting like no small steps for anybody. This was a step back in society because time and place, and it ain't fucking now. And with your What to Watch Wednesdays, first up we have Last of Us on HBO Max. Just started back up, season 2. If you haven't watched season 1, go watch it. Based off the video game, unbelievable. I really like it as a show. I will say, a little bit of hate. The child actor, the girl, she's just not a good actress to me. Nothing wrong like with her. She seems like a very nice person, but it's just like certain lines, certain things. I'm just like, y'all ain't want to reshoot that? Or did y'all reshoot that and you just had to settle on that? Because y'all was also like, wow, this shit is kind of bad. And with our throwback What to Watch clip of the week, The Raid. Now, this is a foreign movie, but I'm talking about elite action. I don't know if I've ever seen better fighting and better fight sequences in my entire life. I do not say that shit lightly. I am dead ass. Now, the premise of this movie is basically this dude is a new cop in a special division and they have to go raid a drug lord's place. Not just any type of place. This drug lord has like 60 floors of apartment buildings. They go in from the bottom and start all that type of shit. You feel me? Moving. Niggas getting knocked out, dying, gun shooting, but the hand-to-hand combat, really feet-to-feet combat too. Kicking, this shit is like Mortal Kombat in real life, but no special effects. All this shit, they can really fight for real. And if you have nothing else to do, maybe save it for 20. Get high on this Lord's Day and Easter and watch some fighting cool shit. Because this right here, oh yeah, bro was moving vociferous the entire movie. I am dead ass. And that's another episode of Iniquitous News. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hate and subscribe. And I appreciate everybody that watches every week. I see the comments. I see the likes. We're going to keep on growing. We're going to be the #1 show in the world. Sooner than later. It's a slow grind, but slow grind better than no grind, baby. I'm out.
You've just tuned in to another edition of Iniquitous News Network with Lawrence Johnson. Don't forget to hate and subscribe.